Welcome to the Go Home Show, in which we're kicking off the Go Home Show to Backlash with this man, the man from the hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, the man who in a night's time is taking on the American Nightmare at Backlash for the Undisputed WWE Championship, and that is this man, Randy Orton, a man who at WrestleMania retired John Cena, the man who won 17 world titles, and like Randy Orton has said, after he won that matchup, he realised that number 17 is beatable, that he is capable of doing it. He's got years left in his career to do it. He's currently set at 14. If at Backlash he can defeat Cody Rhodes, he'll be a 15-time world champion. That'll be only 2 away from levelling that record, obviously. And we'll Randy Orton most importantly here tonight, listening to the voices of his hometown singing his way down to the ring. And Orton tonight is going to open the show. He's got some words for us regarding Backlash, which like I say is tomorrow, Saturday, April 18th. Rhodes v Orton for the Undisputed WWE Championship. So Rhodes, who retained that WrestleMania over Sami Zayn, with the involvement of Kevin Owens, that whole thing we still need to unpack and get to the bottom of. But Orton tonight is not letting that get into his mind. He's focused on world title number 15. He's focused on beating Cody Rhodes for said title. And Randy Orton looks out into the sold out crowd here tonight in his hometown, awaiting and possibly thinking about how good it's going to feel when he hears and knew in his hometown and has the Undisputed Championship in his hands if he can beat Rhodes at Backlash. I want to say what Randy Orton has to say here tonight. You know, I've stood in a lot of rings, in a lot of cities, but this one is mine. This is where it all started. This is where that kid, third generation, chip on his shoulder, something to prove, first dreamed about becoming the guy. And now here I am, all these years later, about to face someone who means a whole lot to me, someone I consider a brother in the Undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. And you guys know the history between me and him that we share. He's seen the best of me, but most importantly, he, alongside all of you, has seen the worst of me. But I've been thinking about something a lot. And that is at WrestleMania, I did something that changed me. I retired arguably the greatest of all time, the never seen 17, John Cena, the man who broke a record no one thought would be beaten. But I beat him. And when that bell rang and I stood over him, it hit me. I can break that record. But Cody, last week you said something to me that's been stuck in my head. You said you don't want a Randy Orton at Backlash this Saturday. You want the best Randy Orton. But you don't understand what you're asking for. Because the best version of me isn't the guy stood here soaking in the cheers. The best version of me is the one who hears the voices. The one that doesn't hesitate. The one that doesn't feel anything. The one that will drop you where you stand and not think twice about it. And that guy scares the hell out of me, because I spent years fighting to keep him locked away. Not for you, not for these people, hell, not even for myself, but for my family and my kids. I don't want them to see that side of me. I don't want them to grow up watching their dad become that man again. But you didn't ask for the best, Cody. You demanded it. And at Backlash, when that bell rings, you're not getting the legend. You're not getting the hometown hero. You're not getting the 14-time champion. You're getting the man standing at the edge of everything he's built, with one choice left to make. Stay who I become, or become who I used to be. So Cody, be careful what you wish for, because if I listen to those voices again, if I let that man out, I won't just beat you to become a 15-time world champion and make damn sure you wish you never asked for that version of Randy Orton. And well, after those interesting words from Randy Orton, Michin's out here for in-ring competition. Well, she's going to be taking on the Women's Money in the Bank holder in Giulia, who last week picked up a big victory over Alexa Bliss. And tonight she's taking on Michin in one-on-one action. I see Giulia keeps asking for opponents, she keeps asking for matches to keep herself ready. But when she wants to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, she has until next year's WrestleMania, since she won it a month ago now at WrestleMania in a more great ladder match. And Giulia, you've got to imagine that when she chooses to cash in, she's got a high chance of actually winning the title. And Michin tonight, someone not to take lightly inside the ring. As we see every time she's in interaction, she always impresses, but sometimes comes up short and doesn't get a victory. But tonight the crowd here in St. Louis, Missouri are ready for this one. It's going to be Michin versus Giulia, maybe for the first time ever. I don't think we've seen this matchup before. And well, here comes Miss Money in the Bank. You've got to say, it's only a matter of time until she's referred to as a Women's World Champion. With that briefcase in hand, the skill set she has in the ring, it's a foregone conclusion that at some point she's going to be a champion. The question is when and where. At Backlash, she could cash in. Who knows? Oh, she does have to cash in. She has to defeat current Women's Champion Jade Cargill for the title. Unless she cashes in later in the matchup, maybe at the end of it after Jade either defended or lost the title, cashes in on a weakened opponent and wins the title after cashing that briefcase that she won, like I said, at WrestleMania. Let's get this matchup underway. Giulia v Michin. You hear the crowd tonight chanting for Giulia, sorry, as Michin is ready for this one. And well, this one promises to be a great matchup. So Giulia and Michin here just staring each other down at the opening moments of this matchup here. And exchanging some words here. I see these two women vying for the same spot maybe on the card, looking to get a title opportunity in the future. So Giulia has an absolute guarantee of a title shot whenever she wants. So Michin's going to have to earn herself that opportunity, and defeating Giulia could get her there. Some impressive kick combination there as her Pele kick drops Giulia to the mat there. A great stop for Michin in this one, but Giulia kicks out there too. So like I say, win over Giulia tonight gives Michin some momentum, gives her a big maybe opportunity somewhere down the line as well. Giulia here up on the shoulders of Michin here, looking for a powerbomb, but Giulia trying to counter with some huge shots there. And Giulia does so, nears the head, but misses though. Pulls up a little bit short of that one. It's rare to see Giulia make a mistake like that one, but maybe she's a bit frustrated in the opening going to this one after Michin's good start in this. But as it needs to the midsection, the boot retaliates though from Michin. He builds momentum here, victory, well looking to actually go for a bulldog instead. Thought she's going to go for a victory roll pin combination there. But decided to catch Giulia off guard with a bulldog, and there's a German suplex, a good measure. And Michin just having some fun here at the expense of Giulia. He's caught with a huge flapjack there. But I want to quickly talk about what Randy Orton just said, saying that he's scared of the man that he used to be, that he doesn't want his family to see that version of him. And well, he left it open-ended. You may see that version of Randy Orton at Backlash. He doesn't know just yet himself. If he listens to the voices, it's a foregone conclusion, he says, that he will take the title and make Cody Rhodes regret ever asking, as Michin's in control of this matchup. Over another huge boot to the back of the head here. This time goes to the pinfall. And Giulia kicks out the low just before the 2 count there. It's been a great start for Michin in this one. She's been in control for the matchup. That's Michin now, middle rope here, looking for a Hurricane Rider, caught low. And there's a huge powerbomb stacked up by Giulia. But Michin kicks out the right too. And Giulia now into the ground and pound here. This match is getting a bit physical. It's not been going for it's not been going for long. In the way it's going, I don't see it lasting for much longer. With the shots these two women are firing at one another. This stage of the matchup in the early goings at Michin there. Boot to the face. Catches her with 8 defeat. To pin. Miss Money in the Bank. But Giulia just gets the shoulders up there. What a crowd showing their appreciation for this match. Like I said, it's not been going for long. It's been a great one so far between these two, who are throwing everything they got at one another in the opening goings of SmackDown. As Michin makes a climb to the top of Giulia, collapses to the mat with his elbows to the back. It's going to have to be a big leap for Michin. And last time went for a Hurricane Run, it didn't work out for it. This time goes for a missile drop kick. Giulia out of the way. And Giulia now hooks her up onto the shoulders. Spins around into the Michinoku driver. Both legs tucked. But Michin kicks. Like I said, what a matchup we're seeing between two great women in the wrestling industry. As Giulia hit off the ropes with a knee to the midsection, looking to just slow the pace down, looking to just wear down Michin. And now Giulia here showing her in-ring prowess with a Russian leg sweep there. Now Giulia here looking to go middle rope here. Calling Michin to her feet. And Giulia now looking for a missile drop kick there of her, and actually into a shotgun drop kick. Now Giulia here looking for a submission hold, looking to lock it in. STF. Here on Michin, looking to make Michin submit here tonight. A new move from the arsenal of Giulia being pulled out here in this one. But Michin counters with an elbow to the head there, which breaks the hold. And Michin kick caught there by Giulia. Overhand chop caught again there though. Now Michin kick to the midsection. Looking for protect. Good neck. But somehow Giulia again kicks out. Michin's going to be wondering what more she has to do to win this one. She just delivers a huge knee to the midsection there, Giulia. And now Michin looking to lock in a submission hold herself here. Locking both legs up here. Looking to reach back into a great Muta lock here. But Giulia may have rope breaking, she does. And Giulia now trying to fight back here and does so. And Giulia misses the headbutt again there though. The combination of the strikes, Giulia's making mistakes in this one. It's ready to see from her. Again putting a much short on that headbutt. If it connected it may have been over. As Michin makes the climb. And Michin 450 splash. And Michin's making a climb again. I'm not too sure why this is. It's Michin now looking for a moonsault. Knees are up though by Giulia. And Giulia catches her here. Into the Northern Lights. Bam, and it's over. But Giulia looking to send a message. Lines her up here. Looking for arrivederci. And good night to Michin. And Giulia, just like last week, gets a big victory for herself. Last week it was against Alexa Bliss. This time over a game. Michin, we came here tonight looking to prove herself and did so. In this one, you've got to say she fought valiantly. On multiple occasions, almost had the match won. Maybe she could have got it done if she didn't go for that moonsault after the 450. Just looking for double punishment on Giulia to keep her down for the 3. If she pinned after the 450, it could have been over. But getting back to the top rope took time. Allowed Giulia to get just about a wherewithal back in to her body to get the knees up. Opens her up for the Northern Lights bomb. And then there's the arrivederci knee. A message sent again to all the Women's World Champions of Raw and SmackDown. Because Giulia can cash in on either one of them. And Rhea Ripley or Jade Cargill. And Giulia, just like last week, gets a big victory here on SmackDown. And like I said, it's a foregone conclusion at some point in the near future. She will be a world champion. So thank you for joining me. I know you've got a lot of things on your mind, and this Saturday you defend your Women's United States Championship in a triple threat match against Chelsea Green and your former best friend in Zaria. So I've just got a question for you. How are you feeling headed into this match? Kathy, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to these people. Honestly, I'm not doing great. I've lost my best friend, and just like that I could lose my title not long after finally winning it. But I'm still going to do what I always do. I'm going to fight until I physically can't anymore. The difference is, this is a triple threat match. I didn't even have to be pinned to lose everything I worked for. And so I know this isn't easy to talk about, but you're stepping into the ring with someone you shared so many great moments with in NXT, in Giulia. And she claimed that you held her back, that you took opportunities away from her. So how do you feel about that? Last week, I hit Giulia with the Soul Snatcher. And for a second, just a second, everything slowed down. I looked at her and I knew I could never take that back. But what hurts me more than that is hearing her say that I held her back, because that's not who I am. I earned every opportunity I got. I fought for them. And every single time that people talked about me, I made damn sure they talked about Giulia too. I wanted her to succeed. I wanted us to succeed. But now she's standing in my way. And so is Chelsea Green. So this Saturday, it doesn't matter if you're my former best friend or if you're looking to steal the spotlight. I'm walking in as champion and I'm leaving St. Louis exactly the same way. So Kathy, thank you for your time. I've got to go prepare for my match. And we're after hearing from Soruka backstage. We'll turn our attention to some in-ring competition once again, in which Charlie Dempsey is here to prove himself. Like last week, he faced Damian Priest in a one-on-one match. Yes, he came up short, but he proved himself in that main event matchup against Damian Priest and did well. But tonight, Charlie Dempsey has asked for another opponent. So he wants to prove that he deserves a spot here on the blue brand. Also, we know the heritage of Charlie Dempsey, where he comes from, the bloodline he comes from, and the talent he possesses, just based off that. And they call this as well. High hopes of Dempsey, not only representing the blue brand, but also representing the UK here in WWE. And Dempsey tonight, let's see who the second generation superstar, I do believe anyway, I think he's only a second generation superstar, is going to be taken on here tonight. I see hearing from Soruka moments ago. It's going to be a heavy night for her tonight, or tomorrow, sorry, at Backlash, in which we're going to have a match here though between Matt Cardona and Charlie Dempsey. Matt Cardona returned a few weeks ago now. I believe he returned at the Royal Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a very different Matt Cardona we saw when he was last here. This is someone looking to achieve the goals he didn't achieve last time he was us. The former United States champion, former tag team champion, former Intercontinental champion, but he didn't win a world title gold. And here on SmackDown, he's looking to do so. Win tonight over Charlie Dempsey could maybe get Matt Cardona into that stratosphere and get him into some title picture opportunities in the near future. But tonight he's going to defeat Charlie Dempsey. He's going to be looking to prove himself after losing last week to Damian Priest. He's going to be looking to prove that isn't all he's got. It's just a great opportunity and coming up short. He's hoping he doesn't do the same here tonight. I see Matt Cardona, a veteran of the industry, just like Damian Priest. And Dempsey, if he can defeat Matt Cardona, it's going to be a big feature for him here tonight. We'll just get this matchup underway here in a second here. And Charlie Dempsey and Matt Cardona going one-on-one here on SmackDown. And the main event is, well, I'm hearing it's going to be a pretty good main event, as Dempsey and Cardona here stare one another down here. And Dempsey is drawing Matt Cardona into a chain wrestling sequence. I'm not too sure why this is. And Matt Cardona showing no signs of being scared of locking horns with Charlie Dempsey here tonight. As Dempsey over the side switch. The standing switch to the back here. As Dempsey in control here of Matt Cardona. See, knowing the background of Charlie Dempsey. Not too sure why this was for Matt Cardona, who's taken down here by the young superstar. And Cardona now trying to fight back to a vertical base from a ground position. Rolls him off though. And Cardona runs in. Rough Rider out of nowhere. The veteran instincts of Matt Cardona. 30 seconds in. Dempsey's still in this one. But it could have been over just like that. Matt Cardona sensed the opening. Hitting a Rough Rider. It was almost over for Dempsey here tonight. So creating that distance was Cardona with a roll through. And Dempsey died driven face first into the mat there. And Matt Cardona now into the ground and pound it on Dempsey here. So this is a more aggressive, a more physical Matt Cardona than we've ever seen in the past. He's reinvented himself outside of WWE, and tonight is looking to bring the aggression here to Charlie Dempsey. He's looking to get back into this one after that Rough Rider moments ago. He's been on the receiving end, but here's the Northern Lights bridge into the suplex, but doesn't go for the pin because of a rope break there. A wise decision there from Charlie Dempsey, and I would need to the jaw low of Matt Cardona, and again follows with a second one there. Looking to break the jaw, maybe crack a few teeth in the process. It's Dempsey with a British strong style. And now looking for a fisherman's suplex. Bridges into the pinfall this time in the middle of the ring. And Cardona kicks out at 2. We know it's going to take more than that to put away Matt Cardona. Like I say, former IC United States and Tag Team Champion. As Dempsey now. Another bridge into the suplex here. Pushes a bridge from the suplex into the pin there. And Cardona kicks out again though. And well, this is wise from Dempsey, keeping Matt Cardona grounded. Obviously, he's the younger superstar. He's taking the wind out of the sails of Matt Cardona. Trying to, well, blow up the veteran in this one as he swoops the leg there into the dragon screw. And Matt Cardona again on the received end of that knee strike. And Dempsey's looking good in this one. But Cardona sees the opening there. And Cardona now will forearm there to the jaw. Sends Dempsey off the ropes there, catches him into a huge flapjack. And Cardona's fired up here tonight. So this one's going to be a great matchup between these two. It's Matt Cardona now with another flatliner there though. Now into the ground and pound again though on the young up and comer in Charlie Dempsey. So Dempsey will have a fight himself. You'd appreciate Matt Cardona bringing this to him in this one. You may not appreciate it in the moment. Being punched in the face with everything that he's got. But Dempsey here. What's up on the shoulders of Matt Cardona, but dropped down there with a punch in the face. And now there's a huge European uppercut there. And Dempsey now stomped to the chest. Looking to follow through with a boot there to the chest again there. As Dempsey now. They're looking to lock in a great muta lock here. Perhaps on Matt Cardona, showing the submission-based game we saw against Damian Priest. We're trying to make Matt Cardona submit here tonight. Is Charlie Dempsey. Can Cardona find a way out of this one? He breaks the wrist lock and just about breaks the hold there, but the damage may have been done. But to Matt Cardona, there's a forearm there, caught by Dempsey. Turned around with a huge punch in the face, and Dempsey now with a huge German suplex. And wipes him out himself in the process, put everything he had behind that one. And Dempsey now with Cardona in the corner. Going to go to the leg here and drop all his weight down on the knee there, trying to hyper extend the knee. Just taking a knee into the throat here. Oh, Cardona is Dempsey. Just fired up here in this one. And well, Dempsey now in control of the matchup again here with another Northern Lights bridge. Not going for the pin though. Is Dempsey is calling Cardona to his feet, is in control of this matchup. See now, it's actually going for a submission hold, looking for a chicken wing. Submission hold here on Matt Cardona, looking to make him submit here. In the middle of the ring, he's trying to make Matt Cardona pass out. They do so. As Cardona trying to fight his way out of this one. As Dempsey's got the hold nice and tight, and Cardona could be fading here. But Dempsey, something to the ankle there for Matt Cardona. Breaks the hold. And Cardona here, trying to fight back since Matt Cardona, sends Dempsey over the top rope. Sorry, Dempsey fires back a forearm. And Dempsey catches Cardona, hangs him over the top rope. And Charlie Dempsey here cracking the neck. As Cardona can feel this matchup slipping away from himself as Dempsey roll through there from Cardona. Rolling elbows, busted open. Dempsey, and that was a huge strike there. Cardona's got the arm hooked over the ropes. And Dempsey kicks out there. That would have been a legal pinfall if the referee saw it, but he didn't. So Cardona gets away with it. Trying to bend the rules a little bit there. Is Cardona got after the open wound of Dempsey. This has changed the matchup massively. And Dempsey now pulling himself up into the corner. It's Cardona now. A huge forearm again there. A huge chop and another one. A knee here. And Cardona now in control, looking to size up. They're busted up in Dempsey with the Broski boot. Into the pinfall. Dempsey stood in this one just about there. Well, Dempsey's in a bad way. You can see the blood pouring across the mat there from the face of Charlie Dempsey. He fights back here with a kick to the midsection. Now looking to look at a guillotine choke. Out of desperation, maybe on Matt Cardona. Should have grabbed the ropes. Can Cardona do some force a rope break? Cardona is right there. The ropes are right there to be grabbed, but Cardona can't quite do so. That's Cardona though. Looking to power out here. Looking to use the power here from using to get back to a vertical base there. Like I said, Dempsey's bleeding bad. I believe he was busted up in a match with Damian Priest last week on SmackDown. So it could be a wound reopened from last week that wasn't fully healed. And like rolling elbow just exploded as Dempsey hooks the legs and Cardona falls awkwardly in that leg there. And there's a knee to the face. As Dempsey here. They need to put this one over, looking for maybe the dragon suplex. But Cardona counters. And Cardona here. Shot to the back. He's looking to wear down Charlie Dempsey, and both men are down here, middle of the ring, this deep into the matchup. Cardona looking to crawl into the cover here out of desperation. Charlie Dempsey has lost a lot of blood here. This is not a stupid decision from Cardona. But Dempsey again though kicks out. Well, Dempsey is in a bad way here. It's Cardona here in control. Dempsey doesn't know where he is. He's out on his feet here. And Cardona now with another shot to the back there. And Dempsey counters there. And Dempsey applies out of desperation with a backside here to Cardona. And Cardona kicks that too. And both men just stare each other down. And Cardona fires the forearm. No one's home. There's a huge running forearm there though. Dances to face. As Dempsey are busted wide open, goes to the middle rope here. Looking to fly and looking for a European uppercut and gets it. Well, Dempsey's digging down deep in this one to get the job done. Like I say, it's not in a good way in the ring, but Cardona with a jawbreaker spins him round, hooks the arm, into Leon Prettier. A shout out there to Chelsea Green. And Dempsey though kicks out. I think Chelsea might have to show Cardona how to hit that properly and get the job done with it. And Cardona trying to get the shot done here, but Dempsey with boots to the face, and well, Dempsey's in a bad way here. I keep saying it, but Dempsey is busted wide open. The referee made to stop this, but Dempsey is bleeding badly in the ring. As a knee to the jaw again. And Charlie Dempsey now drops the knee to the back of the head and the neck there. And Dempsey looking to wear down Cardona this deep into the matchup with a gator roll here to Cardona, now into the crossface. And just wear down a veteran of the industry. I'm not too sure how much both men have left in this one. They both have spent a lot. Obviously Dempsey spit a lot of blood in this ring. That's what Dempsey's willing to go through to win this one as he drops him onto the shoulder. And Dempsey now looking to put this one away here. Looking for the regal stretch. And Matt Cardona looking to make him tap here. The crowd are in support of this matchup. And Matt Cardona could be fading here. I think Cardona is fading as Dempsey breaks the hold though. And Dempsey though, with Cardona who is out on his feet here with a dragon suplex, and that's going to be it into the bridge. And Dempsey gets the victory over Matt Cardona in one hell of a match. The blood is covered in the blood. Well, the ring, is covered in the blood of Charlie Dempsey. It could have been over 30 seconds in, right there to the Rough Rider. It was safe from the young up-and-comer, left some space, and Matt Cardona with the veteran instinct hit the Rough Rider, but it wasn't enough. This was later in the matchup, where both men were out on their feet. Well, both men were out on the ground. Cardona going for a pinfall. This is the backslide from Dempsey, which almost got the job done. And I think Cardona was out from the regal stretch. The lights were on, but no one was home. And then it was a dragon suplex to put this one to bed for good. And Dempsey gets a big victory over Matt Cardona tonight. Like I say, he lost last week to He lost last week, to Damian Priest, with Dempsey tonight. Gets a big victory. But he needs medical attention, that's one thing for sure. He needs to get a few stitches backstage to deal with that wound. And we'll cut backstage as a brawl taking place between Ricky Saints and the United States Champion Giulia versus these two at Backlash in a day's time. We'll go one-on-one for the US title, but Ricky Saints and Giulia Evans here will come into blows backstage, and Saints counters over the elbow, and there's a clothesline taking down the United States Champion in Giulia Evans. And while Ricky Saints, as he challenged for the title a few weeks ago, well, a month or two ago now, came up short in that night, but that woke a fire in Ricky Saints, and since then it's been going after Giulia Evans, saying that he's just a kid, that he doesn't know what it takes to be a champion. He believed him and Ricky Saints were cool with each other. We're friends as Saints has busted open Giulia here. We need medical staff to get, well, we need security, sorry, to get in between these two backstage. We might even get a match come Backlash as Saints has his way here with Giulia backstage. Also, we get what I'm being told that the medical staff are dealing with Charlie Dempsey as this is happening backstage here. There's a waistline there into the equipment box, taking out Giulia Evans and Ricky Saints here. So he's going to be challenging Giulia Evans for the title at Backlash tomorrow night. But like I say, this match may not happen if these two don't get separated here. Saints, or I should say, Giulia Evans are trying to fight back here, trying to rally, trying to get his get back on Ricky Saints here. And Saints are driven into the barricade himself, well, not into the barricade, into the equipment box himself there. And Evans now, and Ricky Saints getting back to his feet. Evans there on top of the equipment box, flies him with a huge crossbody, taking down Ricky Saints. And Evans here, what's he thinking? Rolls him through. Keep up, where's the Enziguri? Well, I'm being told that, well, Nick Aldis is trying to get, well, security to get up to these two to stop this one or going any further, as he's trying to protect the match that they will have in a few, well, in the less of a day's time at this point. As Saints catches Ricky Saints, well, catches Evans is sorry into a double underhook suplex, well, powerbomb there, sorry. And again returns to the midsection with some boots there, and now a forearm across the face that's busted open. Evans earlier in this brawl being told that these have been brawling for a couple of moments before the cameras even got to them backstage, and Evans here counters, and Evans super kick the Saints, and Evans here, what is Giulia thinking here? Giulia up on top of that ledge here, and Giulia here looking to fly in like he did earlier, looking for the crossbody, but no one's having. There's a bad landing there for Giulia onto the concrete. They're cracked at Ribble to when that landed. The Saints now looking to take advantage of the situation and put Evans through the table here backstage, and the heels of Evans caught those chairs there. And Saints now, what is Ricky Saints thinking here? Dragging Evans out of the rubble here. No, Ricky Saints, don't do this. This could cost you your match at Backlash with Rochambeau to the champion. And what Evans may not make it to Backlash after what we just saw. And what as medical staff are dealing with Giulia Evans here, the Undisputed Champion is out here for action as a warm-up match for when he takes on Randy Orton. As we know, tomorrow night, Saturday, April 18th at Backlash in Randy Orton's hometown, for the title that will be around the waist of the Undisputed Champion in Cody, Rhodes, the man who defended it at WrestleMania. Won it over a year ago at WrestleMania 40. Defended it at WrestleMania 41. And they're looking to continue what's been a great reign so far for Cody Rhodes. Heading into Backlash against his former mentor, his friend, and Randy Orton. And well, like I was saying, I'm not so sure why this is for Rhodes. Less than 24 hours out before defending your title, asking for a matchup in the main event of SmackDown. It's not the wisest decision, but Rhodes wants to go into the matchup not fresh, but fully equipped, I guess you could say, in the best form possible. But a loss here tonight could change everything for Rhodes. An injury Not even the biggest injury could change everything for Rhodes in that matchup. Randy Orton, we know, has got that killer instinct. We don't know if Randy Orton's going to tap into it that Rhodes has asked for. So that isn't the wisest decision either from Cody Rhodes, as we heard from Orton earlier tonight. Be careful what you wish for, said Randy Orton. But Rhodes tonight is fired up for his matchup. Has asked for a tough opponent to get himself match ready for when he defends the title. And like I said, in less than 24 hours time at Backlash against Randy Orton. And well, let's see who Rhodes will be taking on here tonight in the main event of SmackDown before he faces Orton. And well, it's going to be a big opportunity for the young up-and-coming Miles Born. So Charlie Dempsey moments to go get a big victory in the NXT debutant to SmackDown. It's here tonight, and that is Miles Born, who here tonight is looking to get a big victory over the Undisputed Champion in Cody Rhodes. And this could be a big, well, career-altering moment for Miles Born. If he gets even a great performance tonight against Cody Rhodes, will change things for Miles Born here on SmackDown. Will prove that he deserves to be here. Maybe a title opportunity in the near future for him. If he can at least hang with Rhodes in this one, a big opportunity for him. But people have compared Miles Born and Randy Orton looks-wise. If you squint your eyes and from a distance, a bit of a blurred vision, Miles Born does look like the Viper in Randy Orton. That's something we all know. And Miles Born tonight might be looking to challenge into Randy Orton and defeat Rhodes here tonight. And earn himself a big opportunity, maybe in the near future. But first of all, yes, at the top, or arguably the greatest right now in the ring in Cody Rhodes. Obviously, the Undisputed Champion held that title for over a year now. And Miles Born tonight, a big opportunity for him making his debut. Let's get this one away. Rhodes and Miles Born was a smile across the face of Cody Rhodes there. The title is not on the line. Miles Born v Rhodes for the first time ever in a main event. And Rhodes here offering a handshake to Miles Born, who accepts it. A sign of respect between these two. Well, let's get this one underway. And well, this is our main event. Miles Born v Rhodes, as Miles Born gets the opening shot there. A huge shot to the midsection there. As Miles Born now into the grapple with Rhodes. Not too sure why this is. Working up with one of the very best in the industry right now in Cody Rhodes. That's why he's the Undisputed Champion. That's why he's been the champion for over a year. Yes, you can put an asterisk over the win at WrestleMania for Sami Zayn due to the Kevin Owens involvement. But all the victories beforehand, Rhodes earned. And Rhodes again, shot to the midsection by Miles Born. Uppercut there. Now looking for a standing move, but Rhodes out of the way with a quickness there. You can hear this live crowd here tonight in St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown of Randy Orton, 24 hours away from Backlash. I'm excited to see Rhodes in action, but it's a drop kick from Miles Born, picture perfect to avoid the snap power slam. A boot there to miss, and this one is back and forth. And the opening goings of this one, a huge right hand though. Again, the control for Rhodes here. As Born has set off the ropes, a snap power slam this time. Shades of Orton into the cover. But Born kicks out there at one. And Rhodes just a little bit of respect there. As Born again counters. Uppercut again. This time, Rhodes with an elbow drop instead. And now it's to catch Rhodes with a standing moonsault. Hooks the leg on a follow through. But Rhodes kicks out there at one himself. Like I say, tonight a win for Miles Born would do great things for us, because he's a former member of the No Quarter Catch crew, led by Charlie Dempsey. There's an RKO from Miles Born out of nowhere. And Rhodes saved by a rope break there. After the RKO was connected, picture perfect for Miles Born. That's one that Randy Orton would have been proud of. And that's got Rhodes rocked here in this one. As Born now overhead, release, belly to belly suplex. So Miles Born, an impressive athlete. As Born now, Fisherman's Buster into the cover. And Rhodes kicks out at two. Rhodes is in a bad way after that RKO. Miles Born has been in control of this one. Like I say, this is what is at stake for Rhodes tonight. If he loses tonight, not only will he go into the match against Orton on a losing mindset, but also he could get an injury in this matchup. He could tweak something, as Miles Born at the ropes looking for a missile drop kick, but there is Rhodes out of the way, sorry. And Rhodes maybe thinking disaster kick, but Gets it this time. And Rhodes on springboarding with the moonsault. Picture perfectly. And Bourne kicks out there. After the combination of the disaster kick into the moonsault. That was getting Cody Rhodes control of this matchup here. A huge right hand will also do the same trick. He drops him down for a brainbuster there. And Rhodes fired up. Good momentum. Stopped to distract as Miles Bourne was not. Back on a vertical basis, which changed Rhodes' plans in last second. That may have been a plan there for Miles Bourne. Executed to perfection. As Miles Bourne now stalking the champion. Obviously the title is on the line in this one tonight, but there's a huge smash that's countered by Rhodes. Now Rhodes into the ground and pound. On Miles Bourne here, as you can see the ring's been cleaned. After that match where the former no-quarter catch crew leader in Dempsey left his bull in the ring. As up. And down goes Bourne again with a brainbuster. But Rhodes, only a 2 there for him. So we're learning a lot about Miles Bourne tonight, making his SmackDown debut. He's impressed at it NXT. And tonight on SmackDown's going to prove that he deserves a shot here on the blue brand. The Adam Pearce will also be looking to get him to be on Raw. Not too sure if Miles Bourne has been signed here to SmackDown just yet though, but it is his debut match on SmackDown. He's not been assigned to the brand as far as I know. But a good performance tonight against the champion would have wonders for his career. Miles Bourne here with a strength here. Just looking to play some mind games with the champion. As Cody Rhodes, that's a shot wise that was for Miles Bourne, just taking his eyes off the prize there. And Rhodes making him pay with that clothesline. And a knee across the forehead has busted him open. And Rhodes rising into the cover there. And Bourne kicks out the right too, showing the fight, the heart, the resiliency that it brings to the dance that is wrestling. And Rhodes with a huge overhand chop again, follows through. As Rhodes are looking for the jabs, but Miles Bourne counters with a huge forearm there. As Bourne now with a flatliner again there to Rhodes. As Miles Bourne in control of this one here, looking for the elbow drop and gets it there. And you see a blood point from the face of Miles Bourne here, stalking the champion in Cody Rhodes. He's got him up on his shoulders there, looking for Ushigoroshi into the cover. But Rhodes is still in this one at 2 3/4. He somehow stays in it. There's a stomp there, avoided by Rhodes, countered there. And Rhodes out with a jab search, trying to get into Dusty Rhodes here, trying to fight, dig down deep. Teeing away. And there's the bionic elbow. But Bourne again kicks. And this one was a close call for Miles Bourne in this one. As Rhodes now with that huge knee there, keeping Miles Bourne down. And Rhodes now looking to lock in a figure 4 leg lock on Miles Bourne here, looking to make him submit here, do some damage to the legs here. As Miles Bourne is trying to find that way. This one, did he get totally done in NXT? Surely he did. Punches away the legs there. A punch in the face. And Bourne busted open. Snapmare into a dragon sleeper here on Rhodes. A great submission hold here being locked in by Miles Bourne. And Rhodes did a bad way here. Rhodes trying to fight his way out of this one before passing out. And Rhodes now with a knee to the face here. Follows through with a second one, breaks the hold. And Rhodes going to the top rope here, maybe thinking for the Cody cut, but Miles Bourne catches him. And Bourne now with a huge power bomb there. And Miles Bourne feeling the energy from the crowd here tonight. Maybe about to get the biggest victory of his career with an undisputed champion in Cody Rhodes. He's had a great showcase so far. He's busted open in this match there. That's the issue for Miles Bourne. He goes to the top rope. Rhodes getting back to a vertical base. Miles Bourne crossbody, Rhodes out of the way. And Rhodes now with the Cody cutter. But Miles Bourne is still in it. Like I said, we're learning a lot about the young kid tonight in this one, and what he brings to the brand, what he could bring to SmackDown if he's signed here by Nick Aldis, if he gets a signature before Adam Pearce. And Cody with a simple suplex now, playing some mind games here, maybe talking some trash as well to Miles Bourne as he's doing this. We will see him in his peripheral vision as Rhodes now looking to tee away, but Miles Bourne out the way. Uppercut there. With a rope here. Bourne with the frog splash. And Rhodes now fitting damage into the midsection. Miles Bourne again going to the top rope here. And Bourne here with a second 5-star frog splash. But Rhodes is still in it, showing why he is champion. And Miles Bourne is going to be wondering what more he has to do to get the job done. As he hasn't hit Bourne again yet, which could get the job done for him if he managed to connect with it. As Bourne takes down Rhodes. And Miles Bourne here tonight, fired up, looking for a big victory over Cody Rhodes. He gets a boot to the face there. And Rhodes now, huge axe handle there to the back of the neck. As Cody now this deep into the match, what's he thinking next here? As Cody now, and Miles Bourne on the top rope here. Cody Rhodes there looking to utilise a vertical stalling suplex, or I should say superplex here, to drop Miles Bourne down in the middle of the ring, but Cody Rhodes is down himself there. Both men taking a huge fall. And the crowd showing no appreciation for this main event. And Rhodes now going to the top rope. It might be thinking moonsault. But Miles Bourne gets the knees up. And Rhodes caught. But Bourne again. But Miles Bourne is down. With everything he's got left, he hit that one. And Bourne here with the arm over. Is he about to defeat Cody Rhodes? Not just yet. What a main event. And Miles Bourne knows. He knows that was it. And Bourne caught there by Rhodes. And Cody. Pedigree. And Bourne kicks out. This is a star-making performance tonight. And Rhodes here. Maybe a sign of respect on Miles Bourne. But Bourne walks into the crossroads, dazed, blood in his eyes after the pedigree. And Rhodes defeats Bourne. But what a star-making performance from Miles Bourne tonight. Almost defeated Rhodes on multiple occasions. Here was the Ushigoroshi, connected perfectly, the knee to the back of the neck, into the pinfall. But Rhodes tonight showed why he's champion, and Miles Bourne showed why he's a big prospect in WWE for either brand if they can get the signature. And this is the final moment here. Bourne with blood in his eyes, dazed, out on his feet, walks into the final nail in the coffin in the crossroads. And you see the blood pouring from the face. And Rhodes retains. Well, doesn't retain the title, but Rhodes gets the victory over a game Miles Bourne tonight, sorry. And well, he's going to be walking into a match against Randy Orton in less than 24 hours. The question is he 100% after what we just saw?